I want to thank NutraBlast for this amazing product that supports feminine health. What's up guys, it's Andrea and I am back again with another video. Super freaking excited to make this video today. You guys have no idea how excited I am. Let's just, you know what, not even do an intro. Let's just jump straight into the video. As you guys can tell by today's title, we are doing something a little different here. That's why I'm literally so excited, because this is something that I have been putting off for a while, but I had to do my research. I had to, do a little this, do a little that, just to make sure this product was something that I definitely wanted to recommend to you guys. But nonetheless, if you want to know, I'm fixing to drop tea, but if you want to know how to prevent and cure itchiness, odorness when it comes to BV, which is bacterial vaginosis, and yeast infections without having to take a trip, to the doctor, and without the use of antibiotics, keep watching. So I definitely understand how frustrating it can be when it comes to having BV that's chronic, or yeast infections that are chronic, meaning this is something that although you are still getting treatment, say you went to the doctor and you got those antibiotics, you're still getting them chronically. I understand, trust and believe how frustrating that could really be. But today, I know I am going to introduce a product to you guys that is literally going to become your new holy grail when it comes to treating and preventing bacterial vaginosis and yeast infections. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am super freaking excited, just because simply one, of course this is something different from my channel, but I had to sit and think about it, as far as young girls in general who necessarily may not be getting that guidance, that education when it comes to vaginal health, feminine health. And I think as a nurse who is quote unquote in the women's services area, I'm going to these deliveries, I'm seeing many things when it comes to women's health, feminine health, reproductive health. I think it's important that me as a nurse come and talk to you guys about these specific things. Also, I do want to make note, obviously I am not a medical doctor. We know that, but definitely making this video off of my own personal experience, my own research, which I did tons of. I'd be more than happy to link down articles down below or in the comments, in the descriptions, whatever you want. You want me to email it to you? I got you. Trust and believe I did my research, and again with my own clinical experience and expertise, I got you. I did the facts, I did the fact checking, background checking, we're good. But just wanted to throw that out there. Let's jump into this new amazing. So the first thing that I do want to talk about before I talk about the boric acid suppositories is talking specifically about vaginal health. Obviously, I feel like it's important to know the abnormal from the normal, because I think, there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of myths that, people believe or don't want to believe. I don't know, but I think it's really important to have a full understanding of what's normal when it comes to your vaginal health. The main thing, contrary to popular belief of whatever, or common misconceptions that are going around, it is absolutely normal and absolutely what's supposed to be happening to have discharge. All females should be having discharge. Now, let me say this. When it comes time to your discharge getting, having an odor, a foul smell, such as like a fishy smell, or like the consistency is different, it's becoming more thicker, and then it's associated with some itchiness. Now we're talking health concerns. Now it's not the normal discharge that we should be expecting. Now is the time when either you should seek medical professional help, or you can do what I got here, do your pH strips, and then go from there. But again, we'll get further into that in the video. But I do want to say it is absolutely normal, and you should be having discharge as a female. But again, when you're having those other things such as the odor, the itchiness, the thicker consistency, that's when you should become concerned. So normally your vaginal area is a very acidic area. It's a very acidic conditional environment. But when it becomes too alkaline, that is when we begin to have these issues such as bacterial vaginosis and yeast infections. That is when these overgrowth of bacteria tend to happen and tend to occur, leading to these infections, which are causing the itchiness, the dryness, the irritation, and then that odor that is associated with bacterial vaginosis. Now, I get it. I understand how all of this, obviously it can affect your everyday life. I get it. I'm there with you. I understand, if you're having that odor that's associated with bacterial vaginosis, I'm sure that can become an issue with everyday life, wondering, okay, do I smell? Can other people smell me? And then the itchiness is also something that can be, obviously something irritating, annoying, something that you don't want to have to deal with when you're obviously walking out in public. So I get it, and I understand how this can become a disruption to your everyday life, but have no fear. Like I said earlier, I have the holy grail to prevent all of this from happening and to cure all of this from happening, my boric acid suppositories that I do highly recommend. And I also understand that like when it comes to seeking help as far as going to doctors, making these appointments, like that is expensive. And then the medications that are associated with treating these conditions, it is expensive. Like I get that. So that's why like I was all for these boric acid suppositories, because they are very affordable. And again, it saves you an entire trip to the doctor's office. You know, you don't even have to make that trip. You don't need a prescription. You literally can just order it offline. So what is boric acid? I'm sure you're asking. We've gotten to this point in the video. Like, Leandra, get to the point. I got you. No worries. So let me show you guys this bottle here. And basically what it is, I will open it. It is a capsule that you would put into a suppository, and they give you the suppository applicators as well. And it basically is going to, like I've been talking about this whole time, treat and prevent yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, and then the odor and the itchiness and irritation that's associated with it. So guys, I've taken it out of the bottle, and this is it right here. And like I said, they give you the applicator to obviously insert into your vaginal area. And again, treat it just as if it were a tampon. You would literally just insert it, boom, bam, done, you're good. So just some quick facts when it comes to boric acid. I have a piece of hair on my lip, but just some quick facts. This is something that has been used to treat bacterial vaginosis and yeast infections for years. Again, the articles that I have read associated with the research behind it has clinically proven that the boric acid has been treating this for hundreds of years. This is something that has been going on. This is nothing new. OBs and doctors across the world are recommending boric acid. Even there may be a chance you could go to the doctor's office today if you feel like you're having these issues. Your OB or your doctor or whoever you're going to see may recommend boric acid to you. So again, to save you that time, to save you that money, most importantly, you can just go ahead and order the boric acid offline. So like I said earlier, we obviously know that BV and yeast infections are something that can happen chronically, meaning they are recurrent. Even with antibiotic treatment, you're still receiving these infections. And that is when a lot of times these OBs and these doctors are introducing the boric acid, again, when your antibiotics just aren't working. So guys, a lot of these medical professionals are actually recommending that you take the boric acid prophylactically, meaning you take it to prevent these infections from even occurring. So if you know you tend to get these infections around your period time, go ahead and take the boric acid to prevent the infection from even happening to begin with. And it is absolutely safe to use on your menstrual cycle. So just a few tidbits on why it is absolutely great to use. Obviously, like I said earlier, you do not have to have a prescription for it. It is simple, quick, and easy to use over a 7-day period. Again, it can be used to treat these infections prophylactically. So if you know you get them around a certain time, why not go ahead and treat it before it occurs? Any signs and symptoms that you see immediately, go ahead and take the boric acid to prevent these infections from occurring. It's the #1 bestseller in America and Canada. It has over 1,000 reviews on Amazon, and it actually won the best over-the-counter yeast infection treatment in 2019. So don't sleep on this boric acid. Definitely make that purchase. If you even have the slightest inclination that you're having these issues, go ahead and make the purchase. The next thing, super quick guys, that I do want to talk about is the pH strip that you can also purchase. This is something that I obviously highly recommend as well, because if you are having these issues such as the odor, the itchiness, the irritation, you can go ahead and test to see if your vaginal area pH is off. Because like I said earlier, your vaginal area is a very acidic area. So if you do have an issue going on, it is obviously going to be more alkaline. So with these pH strips, you are able to test and see, again, without having to make that trip to the doctor, if something could potentially be going on with your vaginal area. So again, it's saving you a trip to the doctor, saving you tons and tons of money when it comes to those lab tests. And again, something you can do from the comfort of your own home. So along with the boric acid as well, obviously guys, if you are having these issues, there are some lifestyle changes that you can make as well to help these infections from occurring in the first place. And I do want to go over them with you. So of course, guys, having that healthy, well-balanced diet, as well as making sure that you are taking in the right amount consumption of water on the daily. And also guys, taking probiotics, whether it is actually in a yogurt form or in a supplement form, you can easily pick this up from your local stores. Definitely probiotics. I take probiotics. I recommend probiotics. They, again, are good for your vaginal health. Then the other thing as well is just being very cognizant and alert to the products or the clothing that you are wearing, as far as like your bottoms. Nothing too tight, nothing too restrictive, because all of that definitely can affect your feminine area. So just be very alert and cognizant to the bottoms that you are putting on and wearing on the daily. You definitely want to avoid using, feminine products that are very high in chemicals in your vaginal area, because obviously this can throw off your pH. And as I have already said in this video, we want to make sure that our pH is not thrown off when it comes to our vaginal area. So stay away from, the highly chemical feminine products that are on these shelves. Not even gonna mention them, but just be careful that you are not using those highly chemical products in your area. And then another thing too that I feel like is super important, because we're coming up on springtime, summertime, be very careful with sitting in your bathing suits or wet clothes for an extended amount of time. As soon as you are done and you're no longer going to be needing to have that bathing suit on or those wet clothes on, take them off, because that definitely can have some effect on your vaginal area. And we want to make sure, again, we are protecting her at all costs. So guys, that is pretty much it in everything that I did want to cover. Hopefully I did not miss anything, and hopefully all of this is sitting home with you and you are considering purchasing this boric acid. If you are having issues with BV or yeast infections, again, I highly recommend it. I did the research. I did everything I possibly could before making this video to ensure that this was going to be the holy grail of holy grails. And again, it is. Some other nursing YouTubers as well that you guys may be familiar with, like Alexis from the Nurse Nick, Fatima, the Twin Diaries as well. All of us, again, we all did our research behind it before introducing this product to you guys. The company is obviously 100% confident in their product. They're saying if you are not satisfied, if you are not seeing results with this boric acid, you can get your money back 100% guaranteed, no questions asked. So that pretty much says it. This product is thebomb.com. And girl, like I said, if you feel like you are the slightest thought that you feel like you're having these issues, go ahead and make the purchase. Click the link in my description down below and you can actually get 20% off. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video about the boric acid suppositories, the pH strips here. Don't sleep on them. Again, I highly, highly recommend it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it is something a little different for my channel, but like I said, I wanted to do a little nurse talk, a little feminine health talk. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions, any concerns, feel free to privately message me on Instagram if you feel more comfortable doing so. I'm here for you guys. Like I said, hopefully this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.